Hey, what's going on to all my fellow veterans out there? Thank you for watching and hope you're doing well. Look, if you're a veteran and you've purchased a home within the last 6 to 12 months, there's a high likelihood you are being bombarded with all these different mailers, text messages, phone calls, emails, basically all from these no name, no face, lenders that claim to be this, that, and the other. Somebody that you've never talked to before, someone that you've never met, and you do not solicit any of their business. They're just reaching out to you because they want to earn your business. Well, this picture that I'm showing you right here pretty much depicts all that. There are so many of these mailers and other different forms of communication that I've received from past clients of my own, as well as other veteran friends and family members that are just basically sick of this. Like, they don't know who to believe. Where's the nonsense stop? So I wanted to take a moment to go through all the things that I'm seeing and basically kind of give you the rundown of what you should look for. So the very first thing is this right here. I just stole this from another Marine buddy of mine, but okay, VA Benefits Disbursement Department. Whenever somebody says VA benefits, red flags go off. People don't like to have their benefits messed with. This is deceptive. Lenders have nothing to do with the VA. They're not remotely tied together. This is disingenuous, dishonest, and deceptive. Here, you mortgage, okay? So just so I can, clarify on some stuff, your loans, your home loans that you've, done, whether it was a purchase or refi, whatever the case may be, it's basically public knowledge. And a lot of lenders will go through and they'll buy these, lead lists from, title companies and stuff like that across the country, and they'll just go through. They'll flag them, tag them, and then they'll start to, send out mailers to, hoping to solicit your business. At the same time, not being completely honest or doing it for the right reasons. So the original mortgage company that was working with them was U Mortgage. So they'll put whoever, that way you know that, oh, hey, I worked with this company before, I should trust this. Wrong. Again, VA benefit specialist. You're not a VA benefit specialist. You are mislabeling yourself. Stop it. Again, VA enhancement benefits. They keep throwing these little buzzwords out there to try to get you to focus, hone in, and pull the trigger on what it is that they're trying to sell. Your loan has been flagged, again, in bold. They are trying to trigger a response out of you. They are trying to get you to call them up. And when they're on the phone, that's when they're going to hit you with their pitch. Don't do it. Okay, here's another one. Text message, okay? They're saying that they're United Wholesale Mortgage, all right? They're saying who they are, which there's no director of retention. Okay, this is not a real thing. And down here, they're actually questioning, what is your current interest rate? If you were indeed with with United Wholesale Mortgage or UWM, you already have this information. This is somebody who is just out there trying to solicit business. They're trying to ask vague questions to get you to provide them with information. That way they can try to trigger a response out of you. This one was a fun one. Came from one of my very own clients, all right? For the first time ever. Okay, wrong. This is not for the first time ever. Home Plus Mortgage, I looked them up. They've been in business, I think, since like 2018 or maybe even older than that, but this is not a new thing, not a new company, not a new opportunity. Every lender who works within the VA loan guidelines has to follow just these same exact guidelines. There is nothing special that one lender will offer to a veteran than another lender. They all have to follow the same guidelines. So don't get fooled by all the hype. Down here, right now, this whole thing was just chock-packed of ridiculousness. I couldn't even pinpoint one thing. I just had to circle the whole thing as just nonsense. So first and foremost, Home Plus Mortgage, I never heard of them, but I went on LendingTree's website. I couldn't even find Home Plus Mortgage. So apparently they're their number one top-rated mortgage, provider. Who's validating that information? I think it's self-validation, if you ask me. Same thing down here. Zillow, 5-star rating. I could not tie the two together. They're just putting stuff on here to get you to feel all warm and fuzzy. And again, fixed loan at historically low interest rates. If this was 5-6 years ago, I'd agree with that. But what we've got right now is a market average, not historically low. And again, they're trying to spark you to reach out to them. The best part for me is when they put all the fine print. If you look at it down here, advertised rate is based on a $766,000 loan amount with a FICO score of 780. Not to mention you're paying 1.75% of discount and 1% origination fee. So when you see these nice little pretty low numbers, believe me, there is a massive cost attached to them. That's why you need to know what you're looking at. Talk to your loan officer and get them to shoot it to you straight. This guy right here, okay, well, another one of my own clients. You can see VA subdued in the background here. That is disingenuous. This does not come from the VA. VA file. Again, nothing to do with the VA. They also put up here the lender is PennyMac. So me being a broker, I broker loans out to many different lenders. This one just happened to be PennyMac. They put it at the very top to get you as the viewer to say, oh, PennyMac, that's who I make my current mortgage payments to. It helps you to put your guard down. And again, nothing out of pocket. That can be true. It's not always true. It just depends on, how you want to structure your loan. Now, what will happen is on a VA IRRRL, we try to roll all the cost of doing the refi, the streamlined refinance into the cost of the loan. So they say nothing out of pocket, but what they don't tell you is that, sure, it's nothing out of pocket, but your loan amount is going to increase a lot. So they say that the lender is PennyMac, but really it's Groves Capital. Of course, they put that at the very bottom. Here you go. Here's some more FOMO. Urgent notice right up here at the very, very top. Pay attention to me. Valorum Lending is not affiliated with your current lender. Well, at least they put it there, although it's in very small print. VA rate reduction notification due to Federal Reserve's cutting rates. Anybody who knows anything about mortgage-backed securities know that the Fed funds, cutting rates has nothing to do with mortgage-backed securities. It's basically everything else except mortgage-backed securities. Now, there is a ripple effect. They do tend to kind of, follow in the same trajectory, but it's not a direct correlation. As a matter of fact, the last 3 cuts that they've made, every time they've cut the Fed funds rate, guess what went up? Mortgage-backed security rates. There was a spike in them. So for them to say that there's a direct correlation, they're lying. Here's another one. It looks official when it's all folded up and everything like that. It looks like it's a W-2 or like some sort of an important tax document. But really, it's just another one of their marketing techniques to get you to open up, to engage, and so they can try to earn money off of you. Again, these are what we call leech lenders, somebody who does not know you, does not care about you. They are seeing you strictly as a dollar sign. They're not local. They are just some call center in some, office across America, and they just want to churn your loan to take money from you. So the key takeaway from all this is knowing what to do, all right? Everybody wants to save money. Everybody wants to have the lowest interest rate possible, but sometimes that interest rate, as much as it looks beautiful on paper, takes a massive cost. Okay, there are a lot of things you have to understand about VA IRRRL to actually be able to come out as the winner if you end up doing one. You got to know that your interest rate has to drop at least a half a point from where it currently is. Okay, there has to be a 36-month recoupment rule, meaning the cost of doing the loan in order to get that interest rate cannot exceed 36 months recoupment. Math formula involved, but I do it all the time. So read the fine print. Okay, if it looks too good to be true, it often is. And I can guarantee you there are catches somewhere. So when you're looking at it, read the fine print. If you have questions, by all means, me or the loan officer that you work with, that you trust, that you know, and you have a connection with, show it to them. Let them go over it with you, so they can show you exactly what it is that that you're looking at. So again, having the conversation. Just because you can do a VA IRRRL and they're soliciting you to do a VA IRRRL does not mean that it's the right thing to do. Let's say you did a 2-1 buy down, and right now you're at like a 5.25. Well, maybe they're offering you a 5.5. Like, just because you're Just because you're eligible to do it doesn't mean it's a smart thing to do. Also, the cost, you got to take a look into that. The main thing that I want to, go over kind of is like the short and long-term goals. Okay. Because VA IRRRLs are much cheaper than doing a purchase, there are still costs associated with them, and those do get rolled into the amount of the loan. However, if you are in a position to where, you're in a house, maybe a year, maybe 2 years left, and you plan on selling it, maybe you're PCSing and you want to sell it whenever whenever that happens, don't bother doing the refi. Don't bother doing it because you're going to lose equity. You're going to lose proceeds when you sell in your house. Now, if you're keeping your house for longer and we can show you that it makes sense on paper, then by all means, go ahead, do the, go and do the VA IRRRL and, go ahead and walk away with some extra cash in your pocket. Bottom line is talk to somebody. Don't just blindly fall for it. They're deceptive. They try all sorts of different, verbal ninja tricks. They try to be deceptive in their marketing. Don't fall for that crap. All right. We deserve better and we need to be asking the right questions. All right. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you got any questions, reach out. Take care.